This year for us was about making sure that we stay in this division. We have to win the next 3 games. It could be looking up, knocking on the door, or it could be a relegation battle. That's exactly where we are, right?
OK, let's back up a bit. This is West Ham United women's team.
Come on, you! Give it to me!
Their MD is Jack Sullivan.
Don't like all this. It's all very awkward.
He's 19.
I feel like I've grown up a lot in the last year.
And his dad is the billionaire owner of West Ham United.
There's not enough money in ladies' football. There's buttons, Joe.
He's built an entire team from scratch.
Come on, then! Come on, then! Come on, then!
Catapulted them into the Super League.
It'll be a great test for us to say this is where we're at.
And found himself a passionate head coach.
Some of you look like you fucking don't want to put a tackle in.
He lost his general manager.
It's mounted a lot of pressure on all of us.
But found a new one.
Welcome.
Survived an injury crisis.
Broke our nose again, yeah.
And struggled with spiralling costs.
We budgeted so wrong at the start of the season.
The team have had some emotional wins.
Come on! Come on.
But also suffered some heavy defeats.
Before we know it, we're going to be at the fucking bottom of the table. The fucking giants.
And are now facing the threat of relegation.
We've got to win some games at some point. But is there a quick fix? I'm not sure.
So, that's where we are. In the West Ham heartland of Romford, the team's underwhelming 8th place position in the league is clearly hitting the community hard.
Have you heard of the West Ham women's football team?
No, I've never heard of it, literally nowhere.
I've seen it lately, yeah, but I haven't. I don't actually follow it.
I have heard of them, yeah. I know it's on its up and coming, isn't it?
You're not players. You look like you are football players, no?
What would it take to get you to a women's football match?
Quite a lot.
Someone to promote them and talk on.
Hold on a minute now.
Manage them, a good manager.
It's about all women coming together and having that support.
And back at the office, the locals' indifference hasn't gone unnoticed by the boss.
I think obviously when you're winning games, it's a lot easier to sell anything. If the club's not performing, nothing performs. If you're losing every week, people don't really want to come. To be honest, when we're losing, I don't really want to go, but I feel I have to, because the only way that the team's going to stop losing is hopefully through that support.
West Ham United are one of the biggest football brands in the world. And even though match attendance has risen by over 100% this season for the women's team, Jack's pushing for a lot more.
Pretend like they're not here.
In Romford, the club even has its own shop. And today, Jack's marketing department are pitching ideas for a pop-up event to piggyback the loyal support of the men's side.
On the 15th, in the Romford store, shall we talk about that?
What we thought with the Hurricane Hub is you can run it as a competition, like across the whole day. So it's in-store 9 till 5:30. It has a leaderboard. Whoever hits that top of the leaderboard at the end of the day wins like an exclusive experience with the women's team.
Mm-hmm. And then how many girls would you need? As many that could turn up, really?
Yeah, I mean...
They do 2-hour slots type thing.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice to have some there throughout the day.
Would retail look to pay for any of that?
Yeah, so it kind of...
Because it's in the shop, isn't it?
And we've still got a certain amount of budget left, so we can take a look at the overall budget and see.
Just split that cost as much as possible.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
How we'll say is the players are coming a lot, so we're doing our bit. And would that be, what, 1,600 quid?
Yeah, so if you want it branded, it's 1,870. Without branding, 1,100. But then the branding is something that you can keep.
When do you how's it work? Do we just say we're going ahead with this, or?
Yeah, if you just let me know, and then, yeah, we can put a plan in place. Yeah, I'll agree with the store.
I think we'll do this. Why not? Yeah.
The store agreed if the players are available.
Yeah, no, the store agreed, yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, so just get it to the lowest cost as possible.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
And then we'll just crack on. Crack on with that. I think that's it, really, then.
Cool, great.
There you go. Probably the biggest part of my overall job is to try and make the women's as sustainable as possible. Most women teams at the moment lose money, and without the sport growing at some point, the clubs are going to turn round and the FA are going to turn round and go, well, this ain't working.
West Ham face an uphill battle as they go into 3 critical games against Bristol, Brighton and Yeovil.
Straight to you now, Bradley's. I'm sorry, Bradley.
Hey, camera's gone.
Don't crash, Bradley.
And Jack's hitting the road with best mate Brad to cheer on his team.
I still think we should be unbeaten in December. I really do. All 3 of those games.
Winnable.
We should win all 3, really. You know what? Today is one of those games where there's a team below you. These are the points you've got to pick up. If we don't win, I'll be upset.
Don't turn it on.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Big 3 weeks ahead for Matt Beard's West Ham, fighting to get clear of the relegation zone. Opportunity for Lehman. Denied. And off the line.
Brighton on the attack here, looking dangerous. Easy save for Morehouse though.
From funky Chinatown.
Don't be frightened, just to get the ball, cut in and just stick it in behind.
Lehman shoots, takes a deflection, and it plays off.
Did you see that ball you played over on the volley? I went, oh yeah.
Save last night.
Really?
Yeah. First time for everything.
Yeah.
Just got to make sure that we're getting in better positions on them long strides.
Ball's played in. James Ross gets on the end of it, and West Ham take the lead.
Big goal, that.
Big goal.
That's a big
Big
goal.
screen from me as well, right?
It's raining. It's raining. It's raining,
We can't rest on our laurels, we've got to go and punish them. We just have to keep that intensity going now.
Lehman at the back post. West Ham looking to threaten again here through Simic.
That's it.
West Ham have taken the Oval apart today.
Come on, Jack.
They could not play through you at any stage. And some of the football we played today was frightening. You can take a lot of credit and a lot of pride in the work that you've produced, and I'm so proud of you. The girls deserve an enormous amount of credit for putting us in the position that we're in going into Christmas. Without a shadow of a doubt, this has been the toughest job I've ever had with regards to bringing a group together, because this isn't an easy league to play in.
Games like this today is games that are important. Obviously, it completely changes your mood if you win, lose or draw. When you win, it's much easier than when you lose.
It's always organised.
As in the men's game, the new year will see the beginning of the January transfer window, the only occasion during the season teams can wheel and deal in players. And whilst head coach Matt Beard wants to strengthen his squad, he'll have to convince both general manager Russ and Jack that it's worth splashing the cash.
No?
Quite. A manager always goes, he needs just one more player or just 2 more players. Sometimes you'll agree with the manager, sometimes you won't, and sometimes you'll turn around and just say no.
The 2 areas we need to explore bringing players in is going to be midfield. But one area I do feel we need to really strengthen is in the front line.
Midfield player-wise, who's your priority at the moment?
The first one is the Korean captain. She's available now. She's just finished her contract. The only barrier we may have would maybe be the language barrier. Front line, we've got Adriana Leon, who I work with at Boston, Canadian international. She's got over 50 caps for the national team, and she was nominated in that year as well for Canada Player of the Year. I've worked with her, so the good thing for me is she's got an idea of sort of my fundamentals and my basics.
There is a temptation sometimes when teams are doing well not to add. We don't have the biggest budget, so we have to kind of cut our cloth accordingly.
The player budget is for the whole year, and then it depends obviously how you spend that. I think in an ideal world, you don't buy anyone in January.
The transfer window opening and the prospect of new players coming in will increase competition for places. And for Rosie Cometa, after scoring the goal that clinched West Ham's first league win of the season...
Off the left foot and into the net. 2-1 West Ham.
She'll need to fight even harder to stay in the squad. Halfway through a one-year contract, Rosie needs to make a bigger impression. And she's going over her last performance with assistant coach, Macca.
If you need to stop it, you just press that.
Okay.
And then we'll discuss it.
Fine.
All right?
Okay, here. Is that touch there killed me? See that? This sums me up. I think this game. I was indecisive about what I wanted to do. I make a decision, but then the picture might change and I don't change my decision. I was so annoyed at myself, and I think I felt annoyed for Rossi as well, to be honest, because I didn't need to foul her there.
I'm going to be honest with you here, right?
Yeah.
Do you need to criticise yourself all the time?
No.
It happens.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? So don't be negative about yourself. Try to turn that negative into a positive.
Okay.
Because to be fair, you've got in a great position.
I'm only hard on myself because, especially at this point, I know there's certain things that I need to be doing now. Like, it's very uncomfortable to sit there and watch your clips, it is. But then at the same time, if you're not going to watch your clips and go through it in that detail, how am I ever going to learn from that?
When it comes to serious self-reflection, there's one person who knows Rosie better than herself. Her twin sister and fellow footballer, Molly.
Oh, there's a Lee Valley Inter-House game today.
Yeah, I might pop down,
Oh,
actually.
really?
Yeah, do you want to come?
Maybe.
Oh, I've just spilt the tea all over me. Get me a napkin. Get me a napkin,
Do you know
please.
what? This is my life, clearing up a mess.
Football runs deep in the sisters' blood. Over the last 6 years, Molly and Rosie have played together part-time at 6 different clubs.
We've always played football. Do you know what? The fact that we've been fortunate enough to be in the same teams our whole life, we're lucky and we're grateful for that, because we know that not everyone gets to experience that with their best friend.
But when Rosie signed professionally for West Ham at the start of this season, the dynamic changed.
Initially, it was really hard, and she'd come home and she'd be crying, or she'd be having a bad day, or she'd be finding it tough.
It was a really big transition for me to go into full-time football, but also to not have Mel with me.
I just knew my role in them situations was to just listen to her and just keep reassuring her that there's a reason why she's there. I've seen her have to do things alone. I've never done that. I've never, ever had to think for myself, because it's always, what shall we do? What are we doing?
With football and the industry, you know exactly what you're getting into. It's not a job where you know 100% I'm going to be here in 10 years' time.
Like any other job, you prove yourself and then you see if it's for you, and then you get another year, and that's all it is.
I like the fact that, yeah, if you're only on a one-year contract, that you've got to really work hard to earn the right to be there the following year.
Can I just give you one of these? It's just the West Ham women's team. No? She's a leaflet for the West Ham women's team.
The day of Jack's Romford pop-up event has arrived. With weekends being the busiest time for the West Ham store, all the elements are in place for Jack to get the women's team under the noses of the club's most loyal followers.
So today's about doing stuff inside the local community. Romford's our heartland. That looks perfect. Come in. We've got a hurricane challenge over there. It's like the Crystal Maze where the balls spin round. We've also just got the players handing out leaflets. These are prime targets. Attack them. Do you want to have a go? It should be easier to persuade these people than people who live in America or somewhere like that.
Evans, go.
Go! 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 No, don't. As soon as they walk in, attack. It's not quite chilly on the sales front. Did you give him a leaflet? Last resort. Fram. I'm a West Ham player.
Come watch us.
Come watch us.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's all about creating a little buzz, I think, which we're starting to do.
Can I have your autograph?
Yeah, of course. There you go. Cheers, mate. Thank you for coming along.
Do you enjoy that attention, Jack?
No, not really. Honestly, no, I don't. The reason I'm doing the programme is for the profile of the women's. It's good to do stuff like this, just saying a bit extra for the supporters, even if they may not come to the women's games. At least they know that who they are now, and in 3 months' time they may turn around and see them again and go, oh, I'll go to that game. One and a half season ticket.
Looking ahead to the weekend, and West Ham will be putting their league ambitions on hold, turning their attention to the Cup. The final round of group stages will see the Irons travel south of the river to Charlton Athletic.
Another chance for West Ham to bag some silverware is the League Cup, which throws every team from the top 2 women's divisions into 4 groups before progressing into a knockout stage. Tonight, they've travelled south of the river to face Charlton Athletic, a team a league below them. And Rosie will be making only her 3rd start of the season, so she's got to make the most of her opportunity. But as the boss, Jack's distracted by the VIP high life.
Can I steal some pom bears? Don't worry, they won't use it if you look bad.
You should bring your own catering team with you, Jack.
Yes, we spent the January budget on a catering. In a way, we are where we are in the division, so I think you turn around and say, where else are you going to get some joy for the supporters and to grow the exposure of the women's team is probably a cup run and hopefully get to the final. Brad is numero uno fan.
Yeah. Have you shown them the tattoo of Julia on your arm?
With Arsenal already confirmed as winners of this group, a draw will be enough for West Ham to go through to the quarter-finals. As we all know, anything can happen in the Cup. Inviting ball played in by Simic.
They do love kicking a ball away, don't they?
Time's up, Rosie! This ain't the pitch where it's going to be nice, pretty football. You just got to make sure, if any pass that goes there, we drive.
Come on, Rosie.
Yes, Rosie, get across, Rosie, go on! Go on, pass, pass, go on, go on, Rosie, still back down. Shoot. If you have an opportunity to shoot, shoot.
I'll get a hot dog at half-time.
Early ball sent over to the back post. Kamita gets ahead to it and she's scored!
I did call Rosie. Hope you got it on film. I with Leanne and Rosie.
Rosie, they're fucked now, okay? As long as you, a professional, keep doing the right thing, you're going to punish them.
Go, 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 go. Come on. West Ham are threatening for a second here. Got it through to Alicia Lehman. All very tidy finish with the left foot. So there we have it. West Ham are through to the quarter-finals.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, good. How you doing?
You lot always catch me. So you don't catch me when I've got my hair down, eyebrows on. Instead, you always catch me straight after a game. My mindset at the start of the season is, right, when you get the chance, take it with both hands and like really go for it. We've gone through the transition period now, so it's really nice to see things fall into place.
We don't look happy. He's gutted. He's gutted with the loss. He is gutted with the loss.
sometimes players can let their standards drop a little bit. With these two girls coming in, it's going to hopefully give everyone that competition.
It's going to be so awkward, this.
Hello.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
I heard you're the man around here.
This is for, obviously, when I do my locksmith jobs. I say I'm a qualified burglar.
What would you want to come out of this season and feeling that you've achieved?
So I want us to finish between mid-table and the top and, like, above.
Oh, and here's Sigsworth, who's picked the pocket of West Ham.